Hey guys, Al here, Vitalize Seed. All right, we're going to talk about glyphosate. If you are doing chemical burn downs, this is something that I see and it is confused a lot. So first thing that's thrown around a lot is if you're going to use glyphosate, you need to make sure you're using a surfactant. What is a surfactant? Basically, it's giving you better leaf coverage, but what it's doing is it's reducing the surface tension of the water droplets so that when they hit the leaf surface, not only does it stick, but it's also reducing that surface tension so that you get a spread of that on the leaf. So you can see here, if there's untreated, if it's herbicide only, you see how there's droplets on there, might be a little bit difficult to see. And then lastly, you see where it is with the surfactant, and it's giving you solid, good coverage, even on waxy coated leaves or whatever it might be, to make sure that you get multiple or good killing on multiple species. The next item that we want to look at is people throw around AMS. Sometimes this is confused as being a surfactant. AMS is not. Ammonium sulfate acts as a binder to hard water ions. So as you can see here, glyphosate is potassium salt. AMS is ammonium sulfate. That's the NH4 2SO4. That's ammonium sulfate. So what you have when you add this to the tank, your water is most likely going to have calcium and other hard water in it, maybe magnesium. Those are positive charges. As you can see, when that ammonium and sulfate go in and they're soluble and they separate, now you have a free-floating sulfate, SO4 there. That is going to want to bind to your hard water ions instead of having that bind to the glyphosate. That's going to then act as a nitrogen source for uptake of the plant being the ammonium side, and it's going to reduce the binding or the chelating of the glyphosate to your calcium and magnesium. When you don't add that AMS to your water tank, you can have the glyphosate bind, as you see in this image, to your hard water ions. This is a situation where we're just adding glyphosate, again, potassium salt, in with no AMS to bind up to that calcium, in this case being representative of the hard water ions. So what does that do? It means calcium is bound to the glyphosate, which is going to reduce the uptake of the herbicide, resulting in more herbicide being used. So if you're going to use herbicide this fall for your fall food plots, garden cover crops, etc., to terminate things off, keep these things in mind, because with a little bit of surfactant and a little bit of AMS, you can get a much better kill and reduce the amount of herbicide and amount of trips across a field when you're using that herbicide this fall. So best of luck to you all. I hope this helped answer some questions that I see often on the internet. And if you do like this information, please share, subscribe, and check us out at vitalizeseed.com.